Attack on Titan Chapter 137. Enemy only people run, unless you want to know about Eren fighting the Titan King in space. So what's up guys, Fox in here. By the power of friendship. Did your worries come true this chapter? I've been seeing a lot of people throwing around this being Game of Thrones level bad, which I do think is going too far, but I'll get to that. You really can't deny this does have a super shonen feel. So go ahead and call out and nuke the like and subscribe, plus ring the bell. Post any thoughts below, but be sure to watch till the end. I'm very likely gonna have a follow-up video. So this whole chapter was a mixed bag for me. I definitely need a lot more time to digest this. So here are my first quick thoughts / first impression. I'm probably gonna have to get some booze halfway through this. Anyway, kicking this off and opening with space. From the beginning, I was not getting a good feeling about this. I mentioned before feeling worried that Isayama would eventually dive deeper into trying to explain whatever the hell Ymir found in the Titan tree. The chapter starts off with a buddy talk with Armin and Zeke in the Titan realm. Last time you saw that it was Sandcastle time. So it seems that in a way Zeke is trying to explain more origins of the Titans. Zeke was pretty much giving you his own version of this TED talk for the concept of life. Really to oversimplify it, the goal to grow and reproduce, essentially multiply. The counter or main opponent to this would be death or extermination of a given life form. Which is why for life, for example, animals have this fear mechanism. A zebra sees a lion, time to haul your ass far away, otherwise you're gonna become Simba's lunch. If the previous Ymir water scene didn't already suggest it, the actual explanation for this Titan critter life form pretty much screams parasite, or even the traits of some form of a virus. Although for a virus, you'll start getting into issues with the definition of life that Zeke mentioned. Somewhere outside, Eren must be like, bro, with the rumbling we're just multiplying. Sorry, not sorry. So trying to relate this back to Ymir, which at this point I really wish Isayama would give some type of personality to. Zeke boils down to this being a situation that she faced. You'll recall Ymir being a little slave girl. She likely felt bad for the Bacons, so she set them free, which in turn caused the Eldian King to take that out on her. Ymir then fell into the Titan tree, which according to this, her deep wish of wanting to become free even from dying, was what manifested into the Titan powers through some Titan magic. You could thank that Titan centipede. Right here, I will point out a huge difference with the chapter. You've seen the foreign alien creature latch itself onto Ymir's spine before, but now you're seeing the second one, a much larger one. It almost looks like it's spreading its arms or tentacles. Is this just Ymir's Titan being formed? Or a second possibility, did Ymir's wish get corrupted during this process? I think there might be a good chance of this. On top of this, you're at least getting somewhat an explanation for the Titan realm. That supposedly this is a magical world without death, one created by Ymir, which is ironic since she's definitely never been free in here. I did like the fact that they did bring up how Ymir remained loyal to the royal blood family. On the other hand, they didn't exactly state why. Clearly, Ymir should have had some feelings for the original place where she was born. But why the king? The person that made her a slave, that killed her, that got her pregnant, forced hugging her, is the whole thing simply that Ymir had 3 daughters, which all of them are technically her blood. Isayama, tell us more about this magical little anime girl. Then for Zeke, as expected of the monkey, he totally gave up. Why fight? Even if you do win this fight, you'll eventually die in the future. You're all just being manipulated by the man to multiply. What depressing ass logic. This actually sounds like some stoner talk I've heard before, except that was cheerful. Zeke, go back to playing with your sandcastle. Isn't it almost ironic that the Jaeger brother that claimed to have found freedom gave up? Eren Yeager wouldn't be happy at that. For right here, I did find it interesting that Armin recalled that one familiar lone tree from the first chapter. Did the leaf appear in the Titan realm due to Armin wishing for it? Could this world be influenced by memories alone? As for Armin's point of view, his own reason for existing, which is pretty much the same for anyone reading or watching. What keeps us going daily, beyond biological programming? Makes me think of certain philosophy crap. I think, therefore I am. For Armin as a little boy, no surprise, so simple, his friends. The little kid was so innocent back then. And likewise for a lot of us, it probably isn't something too complex. For Zeke turning. For Armin you had the leaf, which represented the special moment when he realized the reason he was born. Meanwhile the special item that Zeke sees, a baseball. Which circles back to the love the previous Beast Titan gave him. Something that Zeke yearned from his parents. For the what the hell moment, the team of dead Titans. At first, I thought this was supposed to be symbolic, but no, these Titan users are actually in the Titan realm. You got Grisha, Tom, Porco, Ymir, and even Marcella. Looking at Marcel, they must have been frozen at the time of their demise, notably with their eyes closed, which was actually similar to Ymir and young Eren. The one question I was wondering here is why didn't other past users appear? Alright, so getting into it, switching to the main battlefield. Thank the Titan gods, the Stampede has slowed down so much. So what's going on with Peak? She was MVP last chapter, what happened? I thought you had so much endurance to do this all day. I'm assuming she got a love bite while exiting her meat Titan. In other words, keeping her from transforming. But hold up, Stallion to the rescue. Ooh, I could smell the new shipper screeching from my screen. Instead of Mikasa, was it actually Peak in his dream? As for Jean talking about the retreat, I think you got the wrong idea, buddy. This was a one-way trip. Or so we thought. As for Reiner, why am I not surprised in the slightest? The guy is down on all fours again. He's got a bunch of long rods penetrating his armored crust, and you can't miss the smashed face. The most notable thing from these panels include the Warhammer Titan designs. One of them in the back looks like something out of Resident Evil. Maybe even a Walmart Jason. Up in front, you got the Shinigami Warhammer Titan. Let me know what you thought about the face. For me, it was actually the purple dude from Excel World. As for that Bacon Titan, or is it just Ymir cosplaying on the battlefield? For the actual panel, I do wonder what Mappa Studio will choose for this Colossal Titan Web Edition. CG or hand-drawn. Let's not forget about Annie, as popular as ever. Just another day for the female Titan, am I right? I was definitely getting a Season 1 vibe with Annie screaming, calling the Titan boys over for lunch. Some notable Titans here include Tom Bradley tackling her ass. I guess the Armor Titan variants all look super similar. Over in the back, can you spot this sort of dog, I want to say? Just a Titan Hellhound. For the actual shocker this episode, Bert coming in for the save. Are you still in there? Aw, trying to protect her crush. Aren't you mad at Armin taking your power and then your girl? But do notice that, an actual glimmer in the Colossal Titan eyes now. Previously, all these summoned Titans were soulless. Naturally, I was wondering who else could make an appearance. The Jaws Titan bros are back too. Even after death, they're still saving Reiner's ass. At this point, I was pretty much expecting it. Come on, all Titan friends, come out to play. Go ahead and add Ymir to the list. 3 Jaws Titans in one spot. Too bad that Historia is nowhere to be found. But back to the Bacon Titan. Of course, Gabby would get a headshot. This wouldn't be the Attack on Titan endgame if Gabby didn't land that. Please, Levi, tell me you helped pull the trigger with your Ackerman God Sight. At least Gabby didn't completely vaporize it back to the Titan realm. So let's go. Welcome back, Armin. You're soaking in white drool. I don't know, it seems like Armin got some of the worst out of this whole adventure. He even got pierced. At first I thought it was a stomach, but just a leg. Come on, Armin, chop it off and go Titan mode. Oh yes, Payback is a bitch. Completely missed Armin still having Thunder Spears after he got French kissed by the Titan. So perfect, the gang is all together now. Annie Simp saved her, and then Annie saved her true love, Armin. You could bet Bert was tearing up in the Titan realm after this little demo. So let's get to it. This Avengers level moment, all the Titan backup is here. There was some question about why there were no previous Attack Titans. 2 of them right here, Grisha and Kruger, which now confirms the Attack Titans can be summoned. But who was that Goat Titan? Really, what in the power of friendship is happening? If you're doing all of this, can someone just give Levi this full recovery, a senzu bean? You even got Zeke butt naked back on the battlefield. I could totally imagine Zeke giving Levi a big bear hug. I like how Levi looked just as shocked as I was reading this. Aw, thank you, Coney. So what the fuck is going on, really? Mikasa, get rid of that tentacle. You saw what happened to Armin. For the actual Goat Titan, or is that a sheep? No clue at this point, but that should have been the previous Beast Titan, aka Zeke's mentor Tom. Alright, so according to Armin, here's the explanation about what's going on from these events. Get this. Zeke somehow woke up the past users that were sleeping in the Titan realm. Which, are you serious? Was it that easy? I could buy Zeke waking up Tom, but what's the deal with Zeke waking up Papa Grisha, who he backstabbed? Is this Zeke really paying for what he did? But how about other people? Why stop at Titans you know? What really brings up a big question is Ymir supposedly wanted to be connected. I mean, hasn't she been connected from day one? Was the answer really just love or friendship all along? Apparently you do have Zeke coming to terms with both Tom and Grisha, which honestly I do like and it is expected, but I think we do need a lot, and I do mean a lot more to these scenes. Likewise for Armin. I like that he's admitting he took everything from Bert, his life, his memories, his girl, which he didn't mention, but goddamn did this character get shafted. He doesn't even get a line here. Turns out it wasn't just Armin that was gonna save humanity. It was both of the 2 people closest to Eren Yeager, Zeke and Armin. Sorry Mikasa. I do like the scene of Zeke seeing the beautiful sky. It feels very much like what Eren saw a few chapters ago, realizing that what he wanted was foolish. We really need to see something like this for Eren. Either way, goodbye Zeke, a fitting end. Looks like in the finale, Levi was able to fulfill his promise to Erwin, hopefully slashing the Beast Titan for the final time. Hopefully Zeke is really dead. What exactly is going to happen to the Beast Titan power? No one ate his ass, or does it not count since he was already in the Titan realm? And with the whole Zeke being dead thing, so hurrah, the rumbling has stopped Avenger style. This I really can't say I'm too much of a fan of, but let me get back to this. Next up, Jean trying to take main character status. It still makes no sense that Eren made no effort to remove those bombs, but at the very least I'll take Gabby not being the one that shot his head off. Again, for the extra explosion going off, which got foreshadowed the previous chapter, we got the Titan critter crawling out. So somehow we went from Eren being the big bad to, I guess it's this thing now? This foreign unknown thing that shouldn't even have a conscience? Let's go Reiner for the win. Come on, just take over Reiner's body. The dude can't die. All of this actual finale is going really how we expected it, or at least I did, which is one of the things I do like at a high level. Ultimately, Reiner is playing that hero role. Reiner really is taking any chance to die. He's like darkness, just jumping into it. Please, let me die. But you know it. They even set it up here that the Armored Titan can withstand the nuke. If you could summarize this whole chapter in a single panel, it would be this one. The Colossal Titan, 2 Attack Titans, and the Beast Titan. Power of friendship for the win. Sayonara Eren. You got Armin exploding, which Armin should survive, but goodbye Eren. Alright, so let me know what you thought about this chapter. 2 chapters left. Was it as you expected? Are you glad that we're getting a happy ending? Or so it seems. Was it too much like Game of Thrones Season 8? I do think that's going too far. On the other hand, even if you do like this, you can agree this feels like a very typical shonen story. For the second half alone, it felt like I was watching the finale out of Boruto's dad. One of the most shocking things is that I'm surprised no one died in this Eren Founding Titan finale. Sure, you got Zeke that got cut out, most likely dead. That was thanks to Levi. Reiner just went in to tank the nuke. He might be dead, but I highly doubt it. And Eren, I highly doubt he's gone. I really don't think he's in the head. He might be using the Warhammer Titan power. I wouldn't be surprised if Eren is down below, maybe in the ocean, or a good distance away. But keeping a level head about this, first off I do want to touch on Levi taking out Zeke. He had the rumbling stopping. I feel like this is more due to Ymir becoming finally independent. Perhaps Zeke getting sliced down was the last bind holding down Ymir from freedom. That said, it does beg the question, wasn't that already Eren's goal for Ymir? With the chapter overall, I do really like part 1. For the most part, at a high level, I don't actually have an issue with the events that unfolded. If anything, I think most of you can agree that a lot of things we saw in this chapter were expected. The main issue with the chapter seems that it all seems too rushed, it happened too quickly or too conveniently. Like I pointed out with the previous Zeke and Armin scene talking to others. That should have been a lot longer. Hopefully the anime expands on that. Ironically, this whole chapter actually feels like a light novel anime episode, where so much detail is skipped over. At a higher level, it does feel like Isayama is abusing paths, and in this chapter using them as a plot convenience to get to the endgame. Attack on Titan is over-relying on paths, or the Titan Road to explain everything away. Even if you like this chapter, you should be able to agree that is a glaring issue with this chapter. On the other hand, I will say don't panic yet. 2 chapters left. There are a fair amount of questions left. What's gonna go on with the Titan Realm? That is still a whole issue. I mean, who's the one creating Titans when Armin just went Colossal Titan mode? What's gonna happen to Ymir now? How about the Beast Titan? That thing died, so who gets the power? If you look at the chapter and take everything at face value, for the Colossal Titans, they conveniently just stopped. Are they just gonna stand in place? Are they gonna rot away? Are they gonna disappear? For the rest of the world, how much is actually gone? If anything, it should be most of it. Unless Attack on Titan does bring in some convenient time magic into place, there should be no going back. That is, despite this so-called friendship ending. And I have been wanting to make a video about this, but let me ask it here. What type of finale do you want? A happy ending? A dark ending? I've always personally been somewhere in the middle. Some type of bittersweet ending for this type of series. After thinking about it more and drinking a little bit, I do have faith in Isayama. There are 2 chapters left. There still is a whole mystery surrounding Eren. You know the guy is definitely not dead. Is there a twist coming? I wouldn't be surprised if in the next chapter or 2 there is another family talk. Eren, Mikasa, and Armin talking in the Titan Realm or some other place. Maybe tossing Grisha, Zeke, and Kruger in there. At this point, I want my theory of Eren pulling the strings on everything to come true. that Eren allowed this whole mess to come together to rally everyone. Ultimately, it wasn't Talk no Jutsu or the power of friendship, but rather Eren planned the past Titans to appear via his powers. Which means we need to figure out what's been going on with Eren. There has been no point of view from him for a while, cause I'm finding it really hard to accept and swallow. That suddenly you went from Eren being this big bad villain figure, but now, oh no, it's not Eren, it was due to that Titan centipede the whole time. Combine that with everything that just took place, it would make the whole finale seem empty. I do have a feeling that Isayama will try to explain the Titan realm and that Titan centipede a lot more next chapter. I'm afraid of what's gonna come with this. It already seems pretty silly, which was one of my fears the entire time. Speaking of which, there is an unresolved issue about the Titans. Would nuking the Titan centipede prevent future Titans? I highly doubt it. I really don't think Eren died, but if he did die, there really is only one upcoming baby candidate for those Titan powers. You gotta go ahead and fix that. Otherwise, everything's just gonna restart from square one. Anyway, this whole thing has been long, so if you do take anything away from this, don't worry, not yet, especially if you didn't like this. I'm gonna stand by my previous theory predictions. 1. Eren's behind all of this. Eren will be the ultimate victor. If he does lose, it's because he's been planning it all along. 2. Ymir will get reborn, either reincarnated as Historia's baby or some other true real freedom. 3. Some major juicy twist or reveal is coming up, whether it involves Eren or not. Number 4, involving Mikasa. She really needs to get this final piece for her character arc, whether it's her offing Eren or some final separation from him. Come on, we need to get that scarf moment. Call it whatever you want, maybe it's blind faith, but all of this should be part of Isayama or Eren's master plan. I'm betting he knew everyone would react this way to this chapter, for anyone that didn't like it, and then he's gonna come through with the final 2 chapters. And for people that keep on asking me about the Falco Titan thing, no, from what you've seen in the anime, I don't think he's gonna eat Eren. I'll just leave it at that. Anyway, go crazy in the comments. Again, this was just a quick first impressions. I'm about 1 drink in, not too much. Depending on what happens and if I do actually have time, maybe I'll do a follow-up. And whether you love the chapter, the power of friendship, or just hated it, don't be a dick to one another, please. Anyway, post your thoughts down below or just say hi. Subscribe for more videos. Go ahead and check out my season 4 episode 9 review if you missed it. And also my video on that controversial anime with a lot of hugging. And I'll see you guys later.